Hello guys, welcome to Wisdom Trainings. This is Abhishek, and in this video we're going to start with understanding thread groups. Okay, so the first thing is we need to start JMeter. So let us just quickly go to JMeter. So here, what we have to do is that, see, what we usually do is we add up a thread group, right? But we don't have any idea about it, what this is and what this does, right? So there are few things that need to be kept in mind. Let us just start working with them. Say the first thing is number of threads, right? What are these, right? Say number of threads are the total number of virtual users, say, right? Now what does this mean, virtual users? Virtual users clearly means that how many users you would want to have, say, executing the same scenario, right? So thread group means that it simply means that virtual user group, right? So virtual user group. Now it can be 10 users, it can be 20 users, it can be 30 users, right? So here what we can do is, this means that I can add up something here. Say I can add up a sampler. That is a simple Google request, right? So Google request, and here I would be specifying some dummy things, right? So server name is www.google.com and the port number is 443. I won't be specifying anything else, right? Here, notice this, I would specify the number of users as 10. Now I have specified 10 users, right? Now would it make any difference if I run this code, run this script, right? So I won't save the script, but I guess as you guys can see that this is executed, right? But there is a difference now. Notice this part of screen, right? The number is changed. Earlier it was 0/0, right? Now it is 0/10, right? Say, what does this mean then, right? Is there any kind of difference in this, right? So what does this mean is, let us just say have this here. So the first thing is current user serial, right? Or something else. So it is not current user serial. It is something that is the current active users. And the next thing is, say, per total active users. So here this means that 0/0 clearly means that active users are 0 and the total users were 10, right? Now if I change this number, notice it here now. Now the thing is that I would specify 100 users, right? 100 would be too much. Let us just do one thing. Let us just specify 50 users, right? Now I'll run this again. Notice the difference here. Before running it, I'll just mark the pointer here. Notice this thing here. How many active users are there out of how many total users are needed? I'll run this scenario, right? And here I'll click on run. As you guys can see that it is running and approximately 12-13 users were simultaneously active, right? And a total of 50 users were there. So this changes, right? Now the next thing is, there are other things as well that we can define. For example, say ramp up period and loop count. Ramp up period is a time in which we can start all these users, right? I can specify the time as well, that I would want 50 users to come in a whole of 50 seconds, right? This is possible. Now this will make a little bit things different, right? How? If you guys notice something, the total execution time was 1 second here right now, right? But now if I run the scenario, right? Now notice something here, right? At this particular part, okay? You can notice this part as well, but that is not much needed, okay? So here, just a second. So let us just try running this now. So I'll just run the scenario. Now here, as you guys can see that user is coming up and he's going. Notice it clearly here, right? I'll just mark this content here. Notice this 01, 01. But the test is taking a bit more time now, right? It was supposed to take 1 second earlier, right? It was taking 1 second, but now it would be taking around 49 to 50 seconds, right? Depending on the execution time of the sample, right? And here we can see that it is still executing. So it would be taking 50 seconds completely before it stops executing, right? And the next thing is loop count. So let us just first cover this thing completely. Let us just wait for this to be done. And as you guys can see that all 50 users have executed. It took 49 seconds for them. The ramp up time was 50 seconds, right? So the first user started immediately. So after that, it took each user 1 second, right? This means that we can divide up something, that is, say the number of users we have, say number of threads, right? And we have the number of say sorry ramp up period. So how we can divide it? So this simply is, say, in how much time a user would be executed. Let's see, what if I do something, I would specify only and only 2 users with a ramp up period of say 20 seconds, right? 20 seconds is too much. Let us just do one thing, 10 seconds is fine, right? So if you guys notice something, if I run this now, it would be taking around 5 seconds to complete the scenario, right? So what does this mean? This means that the total time taken is something like here, that is ramp up period divided by number of users, right? But there is a catch. The first user is always ignored. Why? Because it takes lesser time, right? Because it starts immediately. So you need to be careful about this thing. Okay. So over here, this is how we can deal with thread groups, right? And in the next video, you can learn about how you can generate a user load as well, right? You can analyze the things, you can see the results as well, right? So this was of this video. Thank you.